Step outside. Lock the dog in. Lock the dog in! Open your hands!
It's my son.
Okay.
It's my son. It's just me and my son.
Okay.
Some cops clearly think that a badge gives them the right to do whatever they want, but breaking into innocent people's homes, that is a whole new level of wrong. Today we're diving into some of the most shocking moments where cops broke into the wrong house and paid the price. In May of 2023, John was away for work when a security message alerted him about an intruder who was caught on camera trying to enter his driveway. But instead of acting fast, the police response was frustratingly slow.
Hey, I'm currently out of town working, but I live over off of the street. My security cameras caught something weird last night at like 1:40 in the morning.
Okay.
And I got a really good, but kind of gritty, but I got a pretty good picture of somebody trying to, I've got an isolated driveway, and they were trying to walk down that, and then my camera must have kicked on with the light and spooked them, and they turned around and walked off. But I wanted to share that video with you guys just in case somebody else might have reported something around the same time at their house.
Okay, you are out of town though?
Yeah, but I can send the video file, email, or even text message.
Okay, give me just 1 second. Hold on one moment, okay?
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, I'm going to have an officer give you a phone call. It'll be just a few minutes. If he calls you from his patrol unit, it will be a blocked or anonymous number, or he'll come here to the PD and call you on a landline, okay?
Okay, sounds good.
All right, give him just a few minutes.
All right, thanks.
John never asked the police to visit his house or conduct a welfare check. He believed his family was secure and was in constant communication with his wife. However, minutes later, he received another warning, this time about an officer who had been seen breaking into his house without authorization.
I've got a signal 30 in the backyard.
5-4 back, it does move.
Andrew, I'm just gonna go grab mine. Oh. Can we stop at the gas station and I can get a snack for school for the Eastern test? I'm gonna call you back. Please. No, Max, come on. No, mine. Go. Maya, come on. Maya.
Inside the house, Andrea was with her 2 stepchildren and their dog, completely unaware that an officer had just entered without warning, about to turn their lives upside down.
Benbrook PD, show me your hands! Contact at the back door. Show me your hands! Step outside. Lock the dog in. Lock the dog in! I'm gonna shoot you! Shots fired, shots fired. Get on the ground!
We won't hurt you. It's just my house. It's my house. It's my house.
Put your hands up.
Okay.
Got a Hispanic or black female at gunpoint.
Okay. Right here.
And we're rolling in this.
Just stay on the phone, John. Don't hang up.
Shots were fired at a dog. The female's 10-2.
Okay.
All right, keep your hands where they are.
Okay. I'm listening.
Are you okay?
I'm okay.
Okay. What's your name?
My name is Andrea.
Andrea, okay, are you the resident here?
The officer fired 5 rounds at the family dog Mac. Andrea stood frozen in shock, forced to watch in horror as her dog was gunned down and then fled the home.
Show me your hands!
It's my son.
Okay,
It's my son. It's just me and my son.
okay.
Me and my two kids and my dog. No, John, it's fine. It's fine. He's okay.
Okay. We're gonna figure everything out, alright?
We're fine, John. It's fine.
Are you renting this place?
Yes.
Okay.
It's just me and my kids. And,
Huh?
it's just me and my 2 kids and my dog.
Okay. Alright. You're okay.
3 days, 30 minutes.
The cop's carelessness can be seen as he started firing shots at the dog while Andrea stood directly behind Max, putting her life at serious risk. Moments later, another officer arrived, but instead of defusing the situation, he handcuffed Andrea without any cause. She hadn't broken any laws, yet found herself treated like a suspect in her own home.
Okay.
Who's on the phone with you?
It's my husband.
It's your husband? Okay, you have,
Oh, not
I
my
guess
husband.
there's 2 children inside the house?
Just 2 children.
Okay.
545, 2 children.
It's just us. That's it. There's nobody else.
Okay.
Last night we had somebody like spook us, but that was it. That was it.
Okay.
They just walked up and then they left. Once they see like the camera, because you know, like the flash.
Okay. That's why we're here. Somebody called us this morning and
Yeah,
said
it's
that
my
this was their
husband.
house and that somebody came up to the house during the night. There was a car they didn't return. That's why I was searching the house and this back door was open. That's why I had my gun out when you came to the door.
I understand.
Okay. So your kids, what were their names again? Okay, I'm gonna have them step outside, okay?
Okay.
All right.
There's a puppy right there.
Another puppy? Okay.
Yes, a puppy.
Hey, this is Officer Carter, Benbrook Police Department. Can I have you step outside? Hey, thanks for getting her up.
Yes.
Hey, can I have you guys step outside?
They're too scared. Is there a way I can get them? Or?
Yeah, you want to step up here, call them out for me? Her stepkids? I think so. Hey guys, just come step outside with me.
Hey, can I get some pants on first?
Yeah, that's fine. Ma'am, can you come back over here with me?
Yeah.
Do you have any sort of ID or anything?
No.
Ah, puppy.
Here, we can go this way.
Okay.
Just.
Just step outside with us, bud.
Let's just pretend. Can you?
Yeah, I can get the door for you.
Fucking bathroom.
Okay, you just take a seat for me.
Surprisingly, not a single cop checked on the wounded dog or released Andrea from the cuffs. Instead, these corrupt cops went all out, asking Andrea and even her kids for information as though they were the criminals.
Okay. What is your first name? Hey, what's your birthday?
12, I'm out on that. Give me a number.
Okay. 51 females no longer detained.
What's your name? My date of birth?
You need to do anything specific. No, man, you're good. If you could try and find a black German Shepherd. It went off through that gate. I shot it 3 or 4 times when it came at me. I couldn't tell you if I hit it or not.
Okay, no problem.
Thanks.
Is full grown one?
Do it. Yeah, full grown.
Alright, there's a puppy in there.
Yeah. Okay. Alright, kiddos. What's your first name, man? Okay.
Ma'am, you alright? You need an ambulance or anything?
I'm okay.
Okay.
What's gonna happen? Like what?
So, going from here, we're looking for the dog, trying to find out if it's okay.
He ran away.
He went out through that side gate. Does he have a...
Yes, he
what's
has
his
an air
name?
tag. Well, he doesn't have an air tag. He has a chip, but that's all he has.
Okay. What's the dog's name?
Max.
With 2 X's.
The German Shepherd, right?
Yes, he's nice. He just needs to.
I got you. How old is Max?
He's what?
Okay.
He's like super nice.
Yeah. If you'll hang out with Officer Cox for just 1 second.
The cop then proceeded to mute the body cam. After failing to locate Max, the officers left the home as if nothing had happened. Later, Andrea and the kids found Max wounded and shot for. He was rushed to the vet for emergency care. Despite it all, the Benbrook Police Department cleared the officer, claiming his actions were justified. Now John is fighting back and preparing a civil rights lawsuit. Breaking into the wrong home was bad enough, but what these next cops did will blow your mind.
Or we're gonna have to dump you. For what? Just sit on the ground.
On March 11th, 2019, officers crossed the line, conducting an illegal search without cause. What followed was a clear abuse of power.
He's gonna pat search you.
Detained for what?
Riding your bike on the sidewalk. Get off the bike, man.
I don't have anything.
Did you give me the book? Am I okay?
No, you're fine. You can, yeah, if you gotta go, you gotta go. You're fine.
Clean?
All right, sit down.
For what? I'm not sitting. I'm not sitting. Man. What I look like? A dope fiend or something?
What's your name? Do you have any ID on you?
Of course not. I'm going to get me something to eat. Out for 5 seconds.
Relax.
I'm relaxed.
Relax.
Stop tensing up. Stop tensing up.
For what?
We're gonna protect us if you don't relax. Stop tensing up.
Let go. Let go.
Dude.
Let grab him.
Come on, man. Just relax.
I'm relaxed. Let go of me.
Sit on the ground.
I'm relaxed.
No.
I'm not sitting on the ground.
Sit on the ground.
No, I'm not sitting on the ground. It's dirty right here.
Hey, you're gonna go on the ground one way or another.
For what?
Sit
What did I do?
Sit down.
Sit down. You're doing too much.
Sit down. Just cooperate. Come on.
Sit down on your own, or you're gonna go.
I don't want to sit on the ground, man.
One last chance. You're gonna
Have you ever sat on the ground?
sit on the ground, or we're gonna have to dump you.
For what?
Just sit on the ground. Come on, man. Sit on the ground. What the fuck is your problem?
148. Man. I'm not doing anything.
Just relax. Relax, man. Roll on your
Stop
stomach.
resisting.
I'm not resisting.
Go on your stomach, man.
Roll on your stomach.
God.
Put your arms behind your back.
Get my bike, please.
Multiple officers charging at a man simply for picking up his keys off the sidewalk is a disturbing display of questionable law enforcement behavior.
Is this your bike? Of course it is. Mine.
No, he can go. He's all boxed in now,
Yes,
but he
I can go eventually.
Boy, fortunate. Can you turn on our 1029 results first?
I'm making it hard. You got your foot on my.
Code 4, here's the signal.
Copy, go ahead with your 29.
Hey, Sergeant.
Hey, you guys got a sergeant coming?
I think we're fine, yeah.
Walk around, please.
Hard is to throw somebody on the ground and arrest them for running a red light. On a bicycle. How hard is that? You guys make your job dangerous because it is.
So pretty much what you have is
Absolutely
infraction,
nothing.
right?
Absolutely nothing.
And obvious
Absolutely
resisting.
nothing. They say
So-
I ran a red light on a bicycle.
We're gonna do a 148 site release.
Yeah,
Go ahead and go boy, push it to a southern 100.
Just
And then
pass
give
by
him a
you, right?
90
Going to get me some
901.
meat, right? I'm out of my apartment for five minutes.
Oh, we're all good. Thank you so much.
Tell the guy now. Tell the guy. He's fixing my food right now. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous.
Hey, you guys mind going around? Thank you.
The man was clearly upset as he was detained for no reason and was forced to face the consequences of something he didn't even do.
5 guys to be on 1 guy. How hard is that? Is that hard work?
And just let him know what you have. You saw him riding on a bicycle on the sidewalk. He ran the red light while still on the sidewalk. He reached for his keys when we told him not to. He actively resisted while we were trying to get him to sit down. It's going to be a 148A1. And it's just going to be a cite and release if he approves it. We'll cite him out here and then he can take off.
I don't know. How many chances you supposed to have before somebody putting their foot in the back of your head? How many chances you supposed to have, huh?
I believe 7 times, I told you.
Are you injured, sir?
Yeah, huh?
Did I hurt you? Are you injured?
That's a little late now.
Are you?
Would you
like an ambulance, sir?
Of course not.
Okay. Just making sure.
I mean, you're breathing hard. You might need an ambulance. 5 of you guys. 5 of you guys. For 1 minute.
Right, this way, sir. Thank you. Appreciate it. That way, my good man. Thank you.
He's trying to steal my bike. You won't catch that. You won't catch that, man. 5 bikes stolen. You never catch that guy. Window bust.
Man, come on this way.
You never catch it, dude. But if I run a red light, goddamn. It wasn't even a red light. It was already getting about to check. That's why I went across it, man.
So you're saying it was still red?
I don't know.
You just said it was about
now
to
you gonna charge me something else, right? Ass white, man.
I'm just asking you.
You one of those ass white probably.
Even after using excessive force, the officers doubled down, refusing to admit they had done anything wrong.
Hillbilly.
Did you call you white man?
Nah.
Didn't someone just die recently from a bicycle versus a vehicle accident?
Ain't nobody.
No?
You justifying throwing me on the ground and putting your foot in the back of my neck.
Pretty sure we asked you several times.
How many times did I give you a chance?
You ain't gonna win with this, man.
How many times did you give you a chance?
I don't know.
Apparently you don't.
I don't know. I don't care.
Oh,
it's irrelevant.
Well,
it's irrelevant. I mean, you turn this into somebody that's gonna rob a bank or something like that, man. I'm going in to get me something to eat, and you're asking me to get on my bike like I'm some type of kid or something. Kid? I kill people for this. I mean, your job isn't that dangerous,
tough.
Man. Wake up. Your job ain't that dangerous. It's not.
56.
It's not. All right. I mean, if you keep doing it's more dangerous things. If you're doing what you're supposed to do.
Boy, 14 under talk. Hey, we're trying to call me. Let me try again.
Who you guys were, man? You could be somebody thinking that you're police. Hey, probably trying to help you.
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a site. No worries. Thank you.
I don't get high.
I never said you did.
Instead of owning up to their actions, the officer stood firm, despite clearly going too far.
I guess now you're going to say I assaulted an officer, right?
No one said that.
Right? You're probably going to write down the report, right? You're probably going to pile it on it.
Did I say that?
You're one of those guys that do some shit like that, probably.
Did I say that?
You're probably going to pile it on. I attacked an officer. I spit on the officer, area. You're probably going to pipe it on, man. This was a traffic light stop. And it escalated into something that it just...
No, all you had to do was follow simple directions, and you're probably just going to get an advisement for like a safety advisement. But you wanted to go, you just grab the keys when we told you not to. Your keys can be used as a weapon. What do you want us to do? We asked you more than enough times to just have a seat.
That's
all you can do. You're way bigger than all of us here. All you have to do is sit down.
Find the guy who stole 5 of my bike. Find the guy who bust my window 3 times in my car.
All you have to do is follow simple directions. No one was being rude to you. Nobody needed to...
Stop the drug dealing outside my apartment complex. That's real police work. That's real police work, right?
Come on, man.
Right?
It was probably just going to be an advisement. It was all going to be an advisement. You did too much.
How many drug dealers have you thrown on the ground and put the needle in the back, huh? How many? 0. I guess 0 probably, right?
You don't know me.
That's real police work.
You're right.
You're right. I don't know you. I I know you put your foot in the back of my neck. That's one thing I know about you, right? Can we agree on that?
Do you need an ambulance, or are you injured?
Of course not.
Site work.
Sergeant Espinoza did approve that. Does he feel otherwise that it was a 69?
No, I don't think. Go ahead and start cutting the citation.
Despite claiming to prioritize public safety, the officers blocked the sidewalk and forced the pedestrians onto the road, putting their lives at risk with zero regard.
Over here. This way, miss. Don't get hit by a car there.
She's jaywalking.
No, you want to do a crosswalk.
Jaywalking through all the ground. That's how you know this is bull. Bull. He must be green.
He can do it. He's got it.
Only after wasting everyone's time did the officers realize they had no grounds to detain the man. Instead of admitting fault, they handed him a ticket and let him go, something they should have done from the start. Next, this Karen police officer tried to act smart, but was instantly humbled and owned on the spot.
Let's cut through the chase. Let's cut through the chase. I know the law better than you do.
Police officers wield considerable power, but sometimes they cross the line and target the wrong person, only to face the consequences of their actions. In December of 2023, an individual was peacefully walking and taking photos in the waterfront district of Scottsdale, Arizona, when a store owner suddenly came over and started messing with them.
Sorry, I can't hear you because
What are you guys up to? I haven't given any permission to record.
you haven't given me permission to record
Yeah,
what?
if you record my face, you need my permission. What?
Well, then what'd you call me for?
Well, you're recording, and you're recording.
Don't
That's
touch
disrespectful.
me. It's not being disrespectful and sticking your hand in somebody's camera.
No, it's my business.
Now, why don't
need
you guys
to
just go
leave.
back to work? Have a nice day. You ever think this might be going somewhere and you might get some good publicity for your store instead of acting like a fool?
I'm not asking for that. I'm asking, I would like people come and say, hey, did you mind if we record something? That would be nice.
Not with your attitude.
No, I wasn't with my attitude. You start to record without asking.
No, you have a terrible attitude. I'm sure I'm not the first person to tell you that.
No, you are very disrespectful.
Okay. Why don't you just have a good night? Start all over again. So you don't want... I need your permission to film you is what you're telling me, right? But you're allowed to film me?
You're filming me.
Oh, so that means you're allowed to.
The woman believed that she could record the men without their consent, but demanded that they ask permission to film on a public sidewalk. The hypocrisy can be seen quite clearly.
We can have Scottsdale PD ask you to leave.
You can have Scottsdale come here and educate you and tell you what a fool you're acting like.
I'm acting like a fool?
Yes.
We just told you to stop.
100%.
We just
Did
told
you call the police?
I'm about to.
Call them.
Yeah,
They'll
I
come
will.
educate you. Tell you to go back to work. Call 911.
I am working. You guys can.
He's calling 911 because a couple of guys are taking pictures on the sidewalk.
Because
You
we
guys
didn't
are
give you permission.
Amy, we're witness journalists. I know what you guys are doing.
Okay.
And they're harassing.
If you know what I'm doing, you should have acted right.
They are outside the
People
store. You're
respectful
actually
to ask me, hey, can I record?
And you
That's
earn
all.
respect by being disrespectful, you get what you get.
And the man is being
I asked why you guys are recording. And you went on me.
He steps
And I what?
right.
Went on me, my business and my employee.
So the cops coming? They're on the way?
Yeah.
Should I wait for them?
Yeah.
Okay. I really wish you wouldn't have been rude. We could have had a nice conversation.
The employee of the store blatantly threatened to call the police on them for filming on a public sidewalk. I mean, how does that make sense? It is shocking to see such ignorance of basic rights.
I am asking the gentleman to stop recording us because I don't feel comfortable being on camera and my client haven't been able to leave the store because she doesn't want to leave. I don't know. They have been there. I'm recording there too to prove everything they have been saying to us. So everything is recorded there. So my client has been able to leave. They said they can do that because they're outside.
Put that down. You're going to talk to me.
I'm not going to put my camera down.
You can put your camera down. It'll still record.
I'm
and
not
I'm
putting my
recording.
camera down. What is the issue?
The issue
Let's start with that. I'm out on a public sidewalk taking some video, and this woman wants me to stop videoing a public sidewalk so her client can leave.
she doesn't want you to video her store. That's
She doesn't?
private property,
No,
not
it's
a public sidewalk.
Do you really believe that?
That her store is hers? Yes, I do.
That I can't film it from the sidewalk?
I didn't say that. I said she doesn't want
Let's cut
her
through the chase.
store
Let's cut through the
filmed.
chase. I know the law better than you do.
When the cops finally showed up at the scene, Officer Shep made it worse. Her action showed complete disregard for de-escalation, turning a tense moment into an unnecessary conflict.
So what are you going to do about it?
Why are you here?
I'm filming the sidewalk.
What? The sidewalk is
I'm
this
filming
way.
people walking. I can film anything my eyes can see. You know the deal. You know the story, so don't go there.
Well, you already insulted me and said I don't, but
no, I didn't
I'm
say you don't. I said I know the law
why
better than you.
You're filming the store.
Because I'm filming people. I'm going from one business. Not that I owe you an explanation.
You
but
do.
I'm gonna give you. No, I don't.
You
well,
do,
now I'm not
because
going to
you're
give you one.
in front of a private business,
Doesn't matter.
blocking the entry and
No,
exit.
I was standing right over here. Nobody's blocking any entrances. Don't try
You mean
to-
now that you've moved?
I walked up there to talk to you. Let's not start playing games. Everything I do is on camera.
Okay.
Nice try.
So you're not going to tell me why you're here.
I told you why.
No, you said you're filming the sidewalk.
I'm making a video.
That's not the sidewalk.
I can film anything I want. I can film. I'm filming you. I can film inside the store.
Yeah, I gathered.
I can't go into her store unless she invites me in.
The officer had no idea that she was dealing with someone who knew his rights. Instead of protecting his rights, the officer overstepped her authority, but she wasn't going to get away with it.
You know,
Okay, I'm
the
just
police.
asking
What can I expect from the-
why you're filming her store. It's making
Because
her
that's what I feel
uncomfortable.
like doing.
So you're just instigating.
No,
things
not
for
at
the
all.
hell of it.
I've been out here for hours, going store to store, 5-10 minutes in front of each store.
So you've been here for hours filming 5 to 10 minutes at each store.
That's
So you
correct.
have quite a bit of footage of the stores. But because somebody asked you to leave, now you have to what? Harass her?
I wasn't harassing her. I stayed here because she called you. I would have been gone already.
Feel free to go.
Am I free to go?
Yeah.
Okay,
Goodbye.
so I'm free to stay.
No.
Sure I am.
Okay.
And a matter of fact, I'll take a supervisor. I'd like to speak to your sergeant.
Oh, I bet you would. He's
Yeah,
on
look.
his way.
Good.
What's your name? For decent.
Not interested in giving that to you.
You are going to give it to me
For what?
because we're investigating a crime.
A crime of me standing on the sidewalk? I haven't said a word the whole time we're
That's
standing
what
here.
you say.
The officer assumed that she had the right to demand personal information as she was called on the scene. The only thing more ridiculous than her arrogance was her condescending attitude.
Okay, well, until you
Jason,
can
what's
prove
your
otherwise.
last
You
name?
said your supervisor's on the way, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to wait and speak with him.
No.
Yeah.
You seem real confused about
I'm really not
the fact
confused.
that we were called here for a reason
You were called here for somebody taking video on a public sidewalk.
of a private business
Doesn't
and
matter.
preventing someone who doesn't want to
I'm
be
not
on
stopping
camera
anybody from
to leave.
Do you think that's legal? What statute would I be violating?
You're causing a disturbance at this
No,
business.
really not. She caused her own disturbance.
The patron caused her own
No,
disturbance
the
by
owner of the
shopping in a
shop.
store.
The owner of the shop.
The patron.
Deciding, no, the owner of
The patron is inside this store who doesn't feel comfortable to leave because you're in a pissing match with this
I'm
owner.
not in a pissing match. I stayed here waiting for you because she told me she called you. What do you want me to do? Run away and leave so you can go look for me? I'm not running anywhere.
Well, I
stayed
don't.
here waiting for you.
To be combative and not provide any
No,
information.
The officer escalated the situation on camera without hesitation. And if this is how she acts when being recorded, imagine how her behavior is when there's no camera.
You came out
Why?
with an attitude, and I told you what I'm doing. And I asked you if you wanted to de-escalate, calm down, and have a cordial conversation. You don't want to do that.
I
wanna
told you
bark
I already did that.
orders at me and tell me to do
Oh,
things I'm not
okay.
gonna
Right. Got it.
do. And you just told me I was free to go. So
Yeah, you're
not-
refusing to
you're not
leave.
investigating it. I don't have to leave.
You're refusing
I'm
to
on a
leave.
public sidewalk. You can't
And?
trespass me from a public sidewalk.
I didn't
unless
say you're
go into the law.
trespassed.
Good. Well, why would I have to leave then?
You asked if you could leave.
Right.
I said, yeah.
Right, for the purpose
you
of telling
did.
you that that means I can stay.
Okay.
Exactly
That's
right.
that's not, but
It is. Hey, listen, I'm not trying
What's
to give
your
you a
bar
hard
number?
time. I'm not trying to give you a hard time, okay?
Are you kidding me
But
right
I'm
now?
not I'm not going to stand here.
Are you kidding
I'm
me?
not going to stand here and get my rights violated by somebody.
Are you
who's
kidding me?
Are you kidding me?
No. You've insulted us from the moment we got here.
Nobody's insulted
You're more knowledgeable about everything. You're
Not about
refusing to
everything,
identify
no.
yourself.
Not about everything.
You're filming a sidewalk
When it comes
except
to-
for
when it
not
comes to the
sidewalk
law, as far as
and
these-
this.
The officer claimed that she was insulted when she arrived, but the reality was just the opposite. Jason remained calm, introduced himself, and even tried to de-escalate. Yet instead of acting professionally, the officer took offense where there was none.
You can't chase people off a public sidewalk for no reason. It's not the way it works.
Okay. So are you refusing to provide your name?
Do I have a lawful reason to give you my name?
I told you
Do
why.
you suspect me of a crime?
Yeah.
What crime do you suspect me?
Well, I'm talking to you, and my partner's talking to them.
So what crime do you suspect?
Disorderly conduct.
Okay, well, we'll wait and see if your sergeant agrees with that.
Okay, so you're refusing to provide your name. Got
No,
it.
I told you I want to speak to your sergeant.
He's on the way.
Okay, so when your sergeant gets here, if your sergeant tells me I lawfully have to give him my name, I will. Him or her.
Yeah. And you're refusing to say anything.
Same thing he said.
Great.
I know the law.
I got it. I don't need to hear any more about how you know the law.
You don't need to hear about anything. I think you need to be educated on the law, and I think your sergeant's going to do that for you when they get here.
Okay. That sounds good, Jason.
How do you know my name?
You introduced yourself.
There you go. So I gave you my name.
No, you didn't.
You just said I introduced myself.
As Jason.
That's my name.
That's your legal name. No last name, no middle name.
The officer had no legal justification to demand his credentials. Fortunately, he knew his rights and wisely requested to talk to her supervisor.
What company do you work for?
I'm not going to answer any questions until your sergeant gets here.
Okay.
And then maybe I still won't, but I probably will.
Drug 6 starts the 3rd.
You're making a mountain out of a molehill.
Start us the 3rd.
And we really should try to be a little more professional. You're throwing around false accusations. You said I was blocking the door, I'm preventing somebody from leaving. None of that happened.
If you would have let me finish, the patron does not feel comfortable leaving because you won't stop filming the store. There has never been any problem with you filming the sidewalk, with the exception of you're not filming the sidewalk. So why are you trying to make her uncomfortable?
The officer lacked a clear understanding of the law and turned aggressive instantly. Instead of handling the situation professionally, she escalated it the moment she spoke.
I can film whatever I want.
That wasn't what I said. I told you why we're here. You don't like it.
No.
That's the difference.
No, it's not.
She doesn't want to leave
So
and
what's
deal
your
with
story?
this.
You said a few minutes ago that I'm doing all this to create a scene?
You are.
So but now you're saying I don't like it that you're here. So which one is it? If I was trying to create a scene, I'd be happy.
You have created a scene.
No, I really have not. I'm out here minding my own business, taking video on a beautiful day, not bothering a soul. And this woman
Except
wants
for
me-
you are bothering a soul. That is my point.
Not lawfully.
Okay.
No,
All right.
not at all.
Okay. Well,
So what if I was out here not filming? What if I'm out here reading a book and a person says, I don't want to see your book, books trigger me, and I would like you to put that book away so I can read the story.
okay.
Full.
Thank you, officer, very much. Yeah, if they don't respect your condition,
Exacerbating fear.
thank you very much.
There's nothing to be afraid of. A couple of guys out here. Do I look like I'm out here breaking the law?
She had nothing to say when Jason questioned her. She acts like she knows everything, but her lack of knowledge is quite evident.
So would you say that whatever you were doing was causing a disturbance for her business?
No, I think her coming out, yelling at me, sticking her hand in my hand,
Okay.
doing all that, might have. I don't know.
Do you think that this makes everyone comfortable?
Well, that's a whole nother discussion.
Well,
So,
that-
I'll tell
but
you
that-
what.
but that's what I'm
answer.
asking you,
I'll
because-
answer, sure. I'll answer. Some people love being on here.
Right.
Some people
And
don't,
some
other
hate
people
it, right?
don't. Right.
Okay.
Yep.
So
That's why I make very sure
you
I'm-
doing what you do, wouldn't it make sense if somebody comes to you and has an issue with what's going on and it's just causing problems in front of the business to just move along?
Well, I'll tell. And if she didn't call you, I would have been gone. And like I said, I'm in front of each.
Well, how long have you been here?
Since we first got here, probably a half an hour because I stayed.
No,
here
I mean in
for
front
years.
of this particular store.
I was here for probably less than a minute when she first came out.
The supervisor arrived on the scene and remained noticeably calm, unlike his officers. However, this only highlighted how poorly his officers were handling the situation.
You've been here for a half an hour.
Because I waited for the police. She said she was calling. Well, I'm not going to run away if she said she's calling.
Right,
the
but
police.
what is the point?
I told you I'm making a travel video about the shopping.
Right, but my point is if you got all these stores to go to, right? And you've had no issues with any interactions with any of the other stores, correct?
I have had the first negative
Right.
interaction of the day.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
That being said,
Yeah.
why stay and continue to be an issue?
There was not even a chance. You're talking about. a
Okay,
minute.
you're missing my point.
Well, first
Okay.
of all,
So if you're walking around and you got all these stores to go to,
Yes.
and the one that causes issues for you and you're causing issues
well,
for
like I
them,
said, if she didn't say she was calling the police, I would have been gone already. I waited because she said she was calling the police. I don't want you to have to look.
how many times did she ask them to leave?
She was filming them before.
Well, No, I'm on a public sidewalk, sir. I never went into a store.
I understand that, but you're still right in front of the doors.
No, I was here. I was literally standing here.
Even though calm, his knowledge was as thin as that of his officer. Instead of protecting Jason's rights, he violated them by blaming himself. Another tyrant exposed.
My camera was like this, and I purposely set up so I could view down the sidewalk that way and a little bit in front of the store here.
So you weren't filming into it?
When she first came out, no, it was not. Nope.
Like the velvet rope? Well, I mean, they have a shotgun mic that they have on their stuff right now listening to us, so this is a private conversation. So if they're filming into the...
He thinks I'm recording his private conversation out on the sidewalk.
It's whatever.
Like I said, the biggest thing is a shotgun mic. The biggest is that you guys see what's going on, which is
And you said you did travel videos?
Yes, I do.
What's your
Been doing it for 5 years.
What's your YouTube?
Well, when this all wraps up and you guys have made your decision and let me know what your plans are, I'd be happy to give it to you. I'm not trying to hide who I am.
Clearly you are.
No, I'm really not.
Okay. Well,
I'm really not.
when I ask a question and you don't answer it, that indicates you're hiding it.
Well, I just told you I wanted to speak to you. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I gathered that. Sorry about that.
All right, so
What do we got, Sergeant?
you know what I mean? I'm not sure what you're expecting.
Well, I don't know. Somebody calls the police and the police are here doing
Well,
investigation.
they're
I think a logical question is
they're
what we got.
uncomfortable with what you guys are doing. So basically everything starts off what the client was talking about, and the client didn't feel comfortable being filmed.
Okay.
So I should call the police.
Okay.
You guys aren't doing anything
I
illegal.
was gonna say, isn't that a little foolish?
No.
I think you have better things to do than have somebody call you because
I mean, we
they
handle
don't
lots.
feel like walking out of a store.
Well, I mean, you make people feel uncomfortable. Like
No,
we
people make
talked
themselves
about.
feel uncomfortable.
I'm not here to argue with you.
So if somebody's
I'm not
very,
here to argue
if
with
somebody's very happy to
I'm
be
not
on my
here to
camera,
argue
I'm
with
asking
you.
you a question.
I'm not going to answer it because
All
I'm
right,
going to
well,
tell
then
you.
have a good
Listen,
day. Have a good day.
we talked about
Have
the
a good
fact
day.
that some people
I'm
like
not
to be
interested in having
filmed
a conversation either.
and
Have a
some
good
don't.
day.
All I'm
You
going to
guys
tell
are
you
all
is,
done. I'm free to leave.
all I'm telling you is
I'm
this:
free to leave.
if you cause disturbances,
Have a good day. I don't want to hear it.
you're looking
I don't
at.
want to hear your directives. Have a nice day.
Have a good day.
Yeah, you too. And instead of exacerbating fear, maybe you should tell her the real deal.
I already talked to her.
You already talked to her. You make her feel better?
I don't know.
Her feelings feel better now?
I don't know. Do you feel better?
I've been feeling great since the start, man. I was hoping a little more from you. I was expecting a little more from you, and I was hoping you were going to show up and do the right thing. But you'll get the feedback. You'll hear about it.
These officers are a prime example of why the public's trust in the police is fading. Instead of upholding the law, they abused their power, made false accusations, and used threats of arrest to intimidate. And if you think this was intense, this next auditor really took these cops to the cleaners.
You're not going to record me, so if you put that away, then we'll discuss.
Yeah, why are you coming up on me like that, man?
In June of 2023, First Amendment Auditor Sean Paul Reyes decided to head over to the Suffolk County Traffic Violations Bureau to conduct an audit and exercise his constitutional right. It didn't take long before an officer approached him, attempting to intimidate him.
Hey, whoa, back away from me, man. What are you doing?
Let's go.
Back away. Back away. This is not. I'm not in a courtroom. I'm not in a courtroom. Who are you? Yeah. Why are you coming up on me like that, man? Well, I'm not in any courtroom or I'm not in a courtroom or anything. I'm not in a restricted area. This is a public area.
I'm just asking you not to film.
But this is a public area. I'm not.
In the area.
Yes, I'm in a public area. This is a public
Sir,
area.
There's no filming in the area. Let's go.
Yeah, there's no reason for you to get. Listen, are you security guard or law enforcement? Are you security guard or law enforcement, sir? Can I get your name? Badge number 117.
Sean saw himself ganged up on by a group of tyrants, but soon a supervisor appeared, lecturing him on some unlawful signs regarding photography.
Hey, how you doing? Are you supervisor here?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just taking some pictures and video. I'm a journalist.
Sure, come on over this way. I'm going to show you the sign.
Yeah, well, let me see the sign. Sure, no problem.
So you probably, I'm going to ask you to nicely to please shut this off and then read the sign and then determine how you want to proceed.
So what rules of the chief judge? Are you law enforcement? Yeah, I mean, there's no reason for five security guards.
Read the sign and then stop recording.
Are you law enforcement, sir?
Yes.
You're law enforcement?
I'm going to ask you to read the sign.
Are you public safety?
And I'm going to ask you to read the sign. And
rules of the chief judge. Electronic recording and audiovisual coverage in court facilities, court proceedings. Yeah, of court proceedings. Where's the actual order? This is just the sign. Where's like an order from the judge?
The order. From the chief judge, right there.
Yeah, the chief judge of where?
So once again, you're in a courthouse.
Yeah.
You've read the sign. You've seen no video, no photographers, no recording.
What's the law though?
Sean made it clear that emotions and baseless signs don't override constitutional rights. He continued grilling the tyrant security guard who had no clue about the law.
I can call a police officer and a deputy sheriff if you'd like me to. What can I do to assist you?
I mean, you could definitely call law enforcement. I would love for you to call law enforcement because I would like for you to get educated. This is not a law. These are policies, sir. Can I get your name?
Sure, Captain Wright.
Captain Wright?
Ray.
Captain Ray. Yes. Yeah, these are policies, and this officer here tried to come at me from behind and put his hands on me. They're not here to put. You're not here to put your hands on anybody, man. That's not okay.
So what can I do to help you today?
That's not okay. You're public safety.
What can I do to help you today?
I'm not a danger of the public safety. Yes, I am recording. So I'm a journalist. I have a First Amendment right to record in publicly accessible areas. I'm gathering content.
The signs are very clear.
I'm not in a courtroom.
Do you have business here today?
I'm not in a courtroom. Yes, I do.
Well, it says if you actually read the sign, office or hallway.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask
So where's the courtrooms?
So I'm going to ask you.
Where's the courtrooms? Is this the hallway of a courtroom?
The auditor's persistence left the security supervisor flustered, forcing him to call in an actual law enforcement officer.
Yeah, I'm just a First Amendment, I'm a First Amendment advocate. I'm a journalist. I'm not in, there's no courtrooms around here where I'm at. These are publicly accessible areas. I'm just working on a story, gathering content for a story. Peacefully, I'm not bothering anybody, and they're making a big deal about it.
What are you trying to accomplish?
I'm trying to accomplish exercising my rights without being told to stop. That's really what I'm trying to accomplish.
Mind so I can welcome me out here real quick?
I'd be
happy to talk with you.
I mean, we could talk, but I don't want to talk out there unless you're going to. No, I'm just recording all the signage here and all the public documents that are inside. Yeah, I'm not anywhere near any courtrooms. Nowhere near courtroom. No, not even in them.
I showed this gentleman all the signs and asked him to read it.
Yeah, but these aren't the law. These aren't the law, though. These aren't the law, sir. These are signs. These are policies.
These policies are what the building is asking you of.
Yeah, they're policies. I have a right. This is a public building. I have the right to be in this public building. And just because I'm recording shouldn't restrict my access to the public building. I'm not bothering anybody. I'm not interrupting any courtrooms. I'm not doing anything of that nature.
Then it turns out that the officer had no clue about the law and was as dumb as those security officials. It didn't take long for Sean to humiliate him as well.
They have to sign up here for a reason.
I understand it's a policy, but they also, sir, deputy, they also had signs once upon a time that said people of a certain skin color couldn't come into an establishment, correct? Were those signs acceptable? Just because it's on a sign.
Can we talk over here? So
I'd rather.
Over here?
I'll get out the way. We can come over here.
Come over here. Just follow me over here.
We can come over here.
So what are you trying to do? Besides just record?
I'm just recording in publicly accessible areas. That's all I'm doing. And if you are going to violate my rights in any way, you let me know that, and I'll take it up with the proper venue. If you're gonna arrest me for any reason, I would hope not. I'm not breaking the law.
Eventually, the officer removed Sean from the building and he had to abandon his recording. Just a year later, he returned to the building, but this time to fight the 4 tickets that he had received earlier for tint on his SUV.
Hi, ma'am. How are you?
What they do? They give you tickets for front, back.
So they gave me a ticket for each window. I drive an SUV. Ma'am. I'm sorry. I drive an SUV, and the back 2 windows, according to the motor vehicle traffic law, the back 2 windows of an SUV could be of any darkness.
Okay.
So he gave me one
What's
ticket.
on your phone? Are you about to show me something?
Yeah. No.
Oh,
I don't need to show you
I thought
anything.
you were going to show me something.
No.
I'm going to get rid of driver's test. I'm just going to charge you for one.
Right. Yeah. I appreciate that, ma'am, but You said you would dismiss 3 of them and charge me for 1 tin ticket. They're all unlawful, so I would just ask for time to get an attorney at that point and go to trial.
The lady was kind enough to let go of all 3 tickets, but Sean was fighting a more significant cause and wouldn't let this tyranny slide. Moments later, the female official found a problem with being recorded.
Because I feel like you're videoing me.
Can I put my phone down?
Yeah, because I feel like you're videoing.
I video. Oh, okay. Are you a public servant? I record all my engagement, all my interactions with public servants.
You're not going to record me, so if you put that away, then we know you're ready.
Ma'am, I just record all my interactions for transparency and accountability with.
I'm not going to do that though.
Why not?
Can you pay that today?
Isn't the director here pro-Constitution? Brian Browns, right?
August 7th.
He's pro-First Amendment.
Yeah.
I was told that the director here encourages
Just give us a moment.
constitutional activities.
You can have a seat, please.
Sure, no problem. No problem.
Sean discovered that a new pro-Constitution chief, Brian Browns, had taken over, and the unlawful boards were removed. But still, officials continued to avoid the camera.
Absolutely hypocritical. So what the prosecutor tried to do was get me to agree to a plea bargain where I plead guilty. She takes away 3 of the tickets and leaves me only with 1. But I'm not willing to do that because they're retaliatory tickets from Sergeant Mio for exercising my First Amendment right. 2 of them are outright unlawful, and the other 2 are not correct either. They're not lawful either. He didn't use a tint meter to gauge the light passing through. My tints are legal.
All right, so you have 4 tint tickets.
Right.
3 of them I'm going to dismiss, and the other one I'm going to drop the fine for you to 105.
I appreciate that, ma'am. I appreciate that, ma'am. It's more than just the money for me. It's about the principle. This officer gave me these tickets in retaliation for we had a previous interaction before he pulled me over that he didn't like, where I was recording him, and he didn't like it, so he pulled me over for the tints. My tints are legal. The back 2 windows can be any darkness. So I would just like to consult an attorney if I can get a date, so I can consult an attorney about moving forward.
That's fine.
It didn't take long for the woman to return and offer service again. The new chief's rules worked, and Sean got what he came for.
That's fine, yeah.
That's fine. So just have a seat.
I appreciate you. Negotiating the plea for me, but it's a principle thing, not a money thing. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Appreciate it.
Just have a seat.
Yep.
And we'll get that date.
No problem. Thank you. Yes, ma'am.
August 26th, okay?
August 26th. Thank you, ma'am.
You could come before that date if you want. You don't have to wait if you're not married to that date.
Okay, perfect. All right, thank you so much. Have a great day, okay? Take care. So we have a new date here, August 26th. Hey, how are you guys? Good.
Moving on, this reckless officer pulled over the wrong person and went on to carry out an entirely unlawful arrest.
Your temp tag is expired. Can I be any more clear to you? I got the registrations right there.
Cops do have significant authority, but that authority doesn't grant them the license to go pull over anyone they wish. Today, we'll be looking at some cases where these corrupt cops pulled people over illegally, only to face consequences of their actions later. On June 5th, 2019, Ramon Ground was minding his own business at a gas station when Officer Ty Jindra approached him. He started to get confrontational from the get-go, complaining about an expired temp tag.
Temp tag needs to be down lower. This is up 625. Why don't you just sit in the car? What I do? 625. Sit in the car. Get in the car. That's expired, is it not? Well, what did I do? Sit in your car. Sit in your car. Sit in the car. All right, I'll take your license and your proof of insurance.
The officer came over to demand his ID and license, but the truth was that he had absolutely no reason to pull him over, as both the license plate and temporary tag were clearly visible at the rear side of the car.
What did I do? 65 age suspicious vehicle. You stand over there. At the BP station, 3rd Nicollet. It's an unlicensed vehicle, sir. Hey, I need your license and proof of insurance. Your temp tag is expired. Can I be any more clear to you? I got the registrations right there. That's what I was trying to tell you. You need to have license plates on your car. Give me your license and your proof of insurance, or you're going in handcuffs. God damn.
Jindra's frustration escalated when Brown asked him for the reason of this stop. He was getting anxious and still couldn't understand the reason for being pulled over. Instead of calmly dealing with the situation, the officer decided to escalate the situation.
No proof of insurance?
At last squad maybe at 3rd and Franklin. They don't believe there's a BP at 3rd and Nicholas.
Yeah, I'm at 3rd and Franklin. Alright, step out of the car.
Copy.
Throw him, translator back.
In 5050, start the back of us.
Copy.
Why are you driving without a license, man? Huh? That's kind of stupid, isn't it?
Copy.
Let's go. You got anything illegal in the car?
The officer waited no time to place him in handcuffs as he proceeded to make him sit in the back of his police cruiser. However, this wasn't the end as the officer proceeded to do an illegal search of his vehicle. The entitlement of this officer was appalling at this time.
Copy, code 422.
Hi, can I help you?
Copy. Copy, do you need EMS started? Code 2 or code 3?
The officer kept on searching his vehicle, and as he was at the front side of the car, he came across an intriguing item that seemed to be folded inside paper notes.
We'll copy your code 42301. Copy.
Oh, man. What's up? What's your buddy got in your car? What is it? What is this? Huh? What does that look like to you? You don't know? No idea, huh? What would you guess it be? I have no idea. You have no idea? Alright, I'll just that's not mine.
The officer doesn't inspect what's inside the currency note, or even if he did, he never makes it appear in the body cam. However, he doesn't only keeps his frustration towards Brown as he goes over to a bystander and handcuffs him, alleging that he communicated with Brown earlier.
You were the one right here, weren't you? Yeah, put your hands behind your back. For what? Put your hands behind your back, right now. For what? What do I want, bro? For what? What do I do? What did I do? Stop. What do I do? Stop it. Stop moving. What do I do?
Park 121.
What do I do? What did I do?
121 for us.
Buddy, your buddy said that the door is yours. What?
Sorry, I'm sorry. What happened?
Nothing happened. Get back. Get back away from me.
What's mine?
Quit.
What's
Stop
mine?
moving. Stop moving.
What is mine?
Stop.
I'm just asking because I just came to get him. That's
Okay, you can stand back there.
What is mine?
Get out of here.
What is mine, sir? What is mine? What is mine, sir? Hell no! What the door? Hell no!
Officer Jindra proceeded to question him about hiding narcotics inside the car, whereas the bystander appeared completely unaware of such information. It also raised suspicions about whether the officer himself had planted the narcotic inside the vehicle.
How you say something is mine?
Just relax, okay?
Well, how you say something is mine? Ain't nothing to mine.
Relax.
What the?
okay?
Yeah, how can you say something? Ain't nothing mine. What the?
Okay, hey, just give me 1 second and he's gonna go with you, okay? Okay. I don't like when people walk up to me.
Sorry, I don't want.
Okay. Step back here.
What do you mean something's mine?
Well, it's either yours or his, right?
No. Ain't
No?
nothing's mine. Ain't nothing's mine, son.
I'm gonna uncuff you. You're gonna walk away from me, okay? I'm gonna uncuff your buddy.
Within seconds, the officer had a change of heart as he decided to release both the bystander and Brown. He uncuffed Brown, asking him to drive off with visible number plates on his vehicle.
You're transporting to put your license plate in your window. Right? Put your license plate. Put your license plates on.
That's why I just got it today for my brother. And that's why I was trying to explain to you that the plates is, and the registrations is all right there in the window.
All right.
Can I show you?
I'm gonna give you a break. You have a license, you know that, right?
Yes, but because I was just using my brother's car. Can I show you the plates?
Go ahead.
I'll show you. The guy who bought the car from, he told my brother, he said, don't put him on until June 2nd. He said, don't put him on until...
Well, it's July.
Oh, yeah, I know, but he been having a car since.
All right, well, put him on.
Should have a yellow tag then.
No, I just pulled off because it expired a month ago.
That's what I'm saying, it's my brother's car. I didn't...
All right.
And just like that, the illegal traffic stop was over as the officer got back to his car and went on his way. Brown was not cited nor taken into custody. However, his civil rights were violated, and that's why he decided to file a lawsuit against the city and Officer Jindra. Later, the Minneapolis City Council agreed to settle the lawsuit for $95,000. However, that wasn't the end, as Officer Jindra was federally indicted in 2022 on 11 charges after the investigators found that he had been using his position to get drugs and other substances. He even failed to report those narcotics and found ways of searching people, cars, and homes to seize more of them and use them to fuel his addiction. He pled guilty to these charges, claiming that he had a drug addiction. He was sentenced to 3 years in prison and a year of supervised release. Well, that's not the last time a police officer escalated a simple traffic stop into a more serious situation.
Have you had anything to drink today? I'm not being facetious. I'm seriously asking you.
On June 19, 2019, Colin Poitras was traveling to work when Officer Matthew Shepard pulled him over for speeding. However, instead of stopping immediately on the intersection, Colin drove a bit further to pull over at a safer spot. This delayed stop appeared to agitate the officer.
Maybe this guy seems like he can just keep on driving.
Hi, what's wrong?
What are you doing on the phone?
I wasn't on the phone.
You're on the phone right now.
Well, now I'm videotaping you because you're scaring me.
License, registration, insurance, sir.
Can I ask why you stopped me, please?
For speed.
For speed?
Apparently you don't understand that lights and sirens mean that you have to pull over to the right, and you continue to try to turn into traffic.
I was trying to get us out of traffic, actually, and that was the direction I was traveling.
So you just thought you could continue to travel with me behind you with my lights and sirens on?
At an intersection, sir, and I was trying to get to the next safest spot without blocking the intersection. I thought that was fine.
No. Well, lights and sirens mean you pull to the right immediately.
Officer Shepard had made it a matter of his ego as he continued to express frustration instead of calmly dealing with the driver.
Is the supervisor at the scene, please?
No.
I cannot.
You can't.
Well, I'm going to my oncologist and ask him.
Yeah, I understand, ma'am. Well, so I'll be done with him shortly.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Any issues that you have, sir, you can bring them up to the court when you fight the ticket.
So you're denying me a right to have the supervisor call?
You don't have a right to request a supervisor, sir.
Okay, I just want to have a duty right now.
What's that?
I'd like to have a witness.
Okay. Everything's on camera and is being recorded.
Your camera?
Yes, sir.
Oh, good, okay.
You got your registration? So you saw me turn around on Maple Ave. I come up behind you. So we're sitting at the light.
You turned your lights off at the light.
Because I didn't want, right, I can't, now right, and now I can't conduct a traffic stop with you at the intersection.
I don't know that.
So I turn off the lights, we turn on to this, I light you up, and then you continue to try to turn on to 163.
To get out of the intersection.
That's an issue. You're supposed to pull to the, right, you're supposed to pull to the right, sir.
I was going to as soon as I cleared the intersection, sir.
Colin was still being polite and tried to talk with the officer, but Shepard was adamant on escalating the traffic stop beyond a mere speeding ticket.
Have you had anything to drink today? I'm not being facetious. I'm seriously asking you.
Our family is not free.
Have you used the Purell?
No, sir. She used the Purell today.
No, I'm just getting your name, Officer Shepard.
Right, it's Officer Shepard. It'll be all on the infraction.
Great, okay, thank you.
All right, so this is the thing. So you're from Manchester?
New address on the back, sir.
Oh, you got a new address on the back?
Yes, sir.
So you're in Cheshire?
Yes, sir.
All right, so you changed your registration and license with DMV?
I just moved to Cheshire, sir. I believe it's updated.
Okay. Did you tell the DMV that you changed your the residency?
When I bought the car, yes, I did. I registered with DMV. Yeah.
Okay.
Moving on, the officer kept on asking irrelevant questions instead of issuing a ticket and going on his way. Colin also inquired about his speed and how the officer had determined that he was speeding.
You're bringing your mother? Cousin? I'm sorry, I can't hear anything.
Cousin?
Cousin. So she's in Montville, that's why you're taking her to Montville?
No, he is bringing me to Mass General to see my uncle.
Okay. Right.
I'm a two-time cancer survivor.
All right.
And would like to get to Boston.
I understand that, ma'am.
Traveling, I was wondering how you're talking my speed.
It's with radar. You're moving. That's how radar works, sir.
But you were coming from the opposite direction.
Yeah, right. Curious how you know I was traveling fast.
With the radar, I just explained that to you, with the radar.
So you travel with your radar on?
Yes, that's what we do.
You see cops with radar, they're parked.
No, that's laser. Two different things. So radar picks up an object coming.
After a minute, the officer retreated to his vehicle to write Colin a speeding ticket. Colin and his cousin waited patiently as the officer returned with a ticket and another warning for him.
All right, sir. Here's your license back. So your insurance card shows your correct address at 187 Elmwood Drive. Both your registration and your license still show to be in Manchester. So you haven't changed your address with DMV? Yeah, I know. I see the sticker. The sticker you can get from any police department, but you still have to notify the DMV of your change of address.
I just bought this car and I thought the dealer said you took care of all that, but I will now that you notified me take care of it.
Okay.
So he gave me the sticker of the dealership.
Oh, they gave you a sticker?
Yeah, they said we'll handle all that because I told them I need to register.
Yeah, well, they apparently didn't.
All right.
So you're gonna get a ticket for the speed, 42 and a 25. I'm going to give you one count of failure to notify DMV a change of address. In the state of Connecticut, you have 48 hours to notify the DMV a change of address. So it's one count for your license, one count for your registration.
Colin, however, was not going to let the cop's ignorant behavior slide as he confronted him about it directly.
Yep. Do you have any questions, sir?
I do, sir.
Yep.
Your badge number, sir?
It's 21, sir.
21, and you're affiliated with the Colchester Police Department? I'm not from the area, sir.
We're in Montville, sir. You don't know where you are?
No, the line of questioning isn't appreciated. I just didn't know where you work, sir.
I'm asking you.
Driving through a bunch of towns to take her to Boston. Yeah, sometimes you're not.
Right, you just picked it over Hillcrest in Montville, though.
I picked my cousin up at her house. Not
okay, so this.
I have a different zip code.
So this is me on the bottom here.
Great.
All right. So my badge number through Montville is 21. It says EC51 on here through the state police.
The officer was visibly frustrated at first as his ego seemed to have been hurt. However, when confronted about it, he started to make excuses.
There.
Sir, I didn't charge you with failure to yield to an officer's signal.
I'm not saying you did, sir. I'm just making my side of what happened. So if you understand from the driver's perspective, if you can calm down for a minute, because you're a little bit aggressive.
I'm not being aggressive.
You're fairly aggressive. Question about whether I was drinking to...
I asked you
my phone
because I have an odor of alcohol, and you had your phone in your hand when I showed up.
Oh.
Well, you have Purell in your car, so it probably would make sense. So, and again, you had your phone in your hand when I walked up to the window. And again, I didn't charge you for being on your cell phone. So I don't understand why.
I wasn't. Anyway.
That's when Colin tried explaining the officer his reasons for not pulling over immediately. At this point, tensions between them had de-escalated as they both were willing to listen to each other's perspective.
I was already moving into the left lane because that was my direction of travel. You said I should have got to the right lane immediately. You didn't. All that didn't transpire after the light cleared. Now we're all in the middle of the intersection. So for me to get to the right lane, I then have to cross into the right lane from where I am. Check the cars behind me, which puts me in a hazardous position. Get over to the right to meet your command. Whereas if I stayed in the left and pulled over, I wasn't trying to. Sir, you in an intersection trying to clear it. You made it seem like I wasn't complying. And I'm saying, you know, in those fraction of a second, suddenly I'm like, oh, it's after me, if there's going slow, so we can go by. And I'm trying to just get out of your way, staying in my direction of travel, rather than cross over another lane of traffic.
Sir, there's only one lane. There's only one lane there. There's not two lanes. That's the shoulder.
There's a left lane.
No, there's one lane.
All right. Well,
there. Everybody goes.
And I'm thinking though, if I'm starting to turn left, I'm now switching my position. That's a dangerous move.
All right, and I'm just letting you know what the law requires. The law requires you to pull to the right.
You gotta give me time to do so. Correct? Going through an intersection. I feel like you did. That's just my perspective.
Yeah, no, that's totally. Yeah, that's totally understandable. You can talk to them about it, and like I said, stay safe and be careful when you pull out. Don't get struck.
The officer then proceeded to leave Colin and his cousin alone. Colin, however, did file a civilian complaint of the traffic stop, alleging that the officer had been overly aggressive towards him. Currently, we don't know if there was any action against the officer because of the complaint. However, sometimes an ignorant cop is on the receiving end of a traffic stop.
Being pulled over from you people. I'm a cop, and I don't want to be pulled over from a cop.
On August 20th, 2022, a woman flagged down officers from the Hamilton Police Department, telling them she saw a man in a black pickup truck assaulting a woman and shoving her back into the vehicle. However, as the cops pulled the truck over, the woman was visibly frustrated and growing increasingly frustrated.
Ma'am, okay, so listen.
Like, you so listen. I'm a Trenton cop. I want to go home.
Okay, and you're not going anywhere just yet.
Why?
Because I already explained to you, we had somebody flag us down and say that you were assaulted.
Car.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm not assaulted. Okay. Can you see I'm not assaulted?
When I asked you your name, ma'am, like, you know how these things go. I asked you simply.
I know. You
so
don't need to know my name. I just want to go home.
Okay, well, why are you yelling at me?
Because I want to go.
I'm trying to help you.
I'm a cop.
I
want to
understand
leave.
that.
So let me leave with my boyfriend.
Please.
The angry woman was later identified as Trenton Police Officer Tara Zerkonch, who was traveling with her boyfriend, Mercer County Sheriff's Officer Matt Sickler. Tara was about to go on an angry rant when the officers just calmly asked her to identify herself.
Hear me out for a minute. I understand you're a cop. I get it. We all know how these.
What more do you want?
I just need your name, and I would have documented the incident. And then we would have sent you on your way, but
what more do you need?
like ran off on me.
Because I don't want nothing to do with you.
Okay, well.
Or cops in Trenton, in Hamilton. I'm sorry. I'll write it down for you. No. You're asking me if I'm assaulted. I'm telling you I'm not.
Okay. And
I'm not.
But when I simply asked you earlier, you were so irate.
Listen,
and
you know why I'm irate? Because I'm being pulled over from you people. I'm a cop, and I don't want to be pulled over from a cop.
All right. Can you stay over here or no?
I'm not even driving.
Okay. Well, you're still not listening to me.
Tara's behavior was abysmal, and if she's like this with a fellow police officer, we can only imagine how she behaves with the citizens. She went over to sit in the car as the cop explained the situation to another officer on scene.
So we were coming out of Granville, and a bystander came running up to us. She flagged us down, and she goes, "Hey, I just saw somebody in a black truck beating up a girl." Okay. He just yanked her out of the car, started beating her up, and threw her back in the car. And this truck passes us coming up Whitehorse. Okay. So she goes, "That's it." That's it. Okay. So we jump out, turn our lights on. They start boogieing down Whitehorse Hamilton, and we light it up to get out in front of the traffic. Yeah. He turns on Klockner, like doesn't even try to yield, and we had to catch up to him. Probably doing 60 miles an hour. Okay. We wound up stopping him. Want to ask her to get her out of the car. Yeah. Try to get their stories. She starts flipping out. She goes, "Yeah, I'm a Trenton cop, and you guys don't need to be stopping us. This, that, and the third." And I was like, "All right, well, we're just investigating something. Simply that there was an allegation that you were assaulted."
The officer once again went over to the Tara, who was now in the car, and attempted to talk to her. However, the off-duty cop was in no mood to listen to anything.
You don't me? I just got here.
Not you.
Okay. I know you. How you doing? I got it.
Done with this.
All right, let me talk to you out here, all right? And I'm gonna let you go, all right? Both of you, all right?
Like, I'm
all right, okay.
done.
All right, relax for me.
No, you have no idea.
Yeah, I need you to...
I'm doing nothing wrong and they're assaulting me. Like, they're talking to me like a piece of
I hope not, all right?
Oh, they were. They were.
But listen, you're kind of up here right now.
I am.
Come down
because of what I dealt with.
Okay, listen, so here's what
I told them
you've been on the jump for a long time.
he did nothing wrong to me. They got a call.
They didn't get a call. They got flagged down and said that you were getting assaulted. Just
look at me.
Listen to Tara. Listen to me.
Was I assaulted?
But you understand where the officers are coming from. You
and
are
I sat
a veteran
there.
officer.
I have
right?
3 years left.
I know.
3 years.
I know.
And I told them.
Calm down, I'm sure.
And I told them if he was to assault me,
you would have told
he'd be under the bridge, not me.
I know.
Tara's entitlement was on the peak, and the officer also never tried to make matters tough for her. Her disturbing behavior also gave the idea that she had been drinking, but once again, no one even mentioned about it during the detainment.
He's a cop too.
I know, all right? But then it doesn't help that he speeds away either, right?
No, he stopped.
But it took him a while, all right? So that doesn't help. So now my officers, they don't know who you are. You're flying, like, not you.
Not me.
Not you.
Like,
I'm
the victim
your boyfriend,
here
I'm sorry.
and
You're the victim? You're not.
I'm so-called the victim.
Okay.
And,
But you're not the victim, right?
No.
Okay.
I'm
so,
freaking...
Listen to me, Tara.
Fine.
Listen to me. I'm trying, and yeah. Okay, calm down. Right, I know you. I've backed you up before on jobs. I've done
I'm so done with this bull.
I'm an ACU guy, like I know you. But you got, relax.
Just as the officer was trying to calm her down, Tara gave a shocking reaction to a bystander who was doing nothing to provoke her. At this point, it was becoming obvious that she was impaired.
Your boyfriend takes off and doesn't stop. Now we're thinking we're in a car pursuit, all right? But there's not. I'm here to calm everybody down.
Thank you.
I'm gonna get you out of here. But you gotta understand where these officers are coming from, all right?
Well,
they think you're getting beat up. You told them no, but stop.
No.
Please stop.
No, stop. No, stop. The guy with the glasses.
Okay, come here.
I'm sorry.
Here.
I know on camera.
I know, and I have to be. I know, and this is not going anywhere, all right? You did nothing wrong, but the officers.
Well, he needs to learn how to talk to someone.
He's trying to get to the bottom of it, all right? Now look
and
at
I told him, if I'm so the victim, right? I'm the victim.
But you
I
understand,
told him
Tara.
Nothing happened.
Okay, but are you okay?
You
know what?
I am.
You keep looking down. No.
Fine.
I'm not even talking about physically. I'm saying, are you okay? Calm now with these officers. Look at it from their point of view. All right, that's what I'm saying.
What?
I know.
You
Go ahead.
know where
Give it to me. Give it to me. Yes.
You know where
I know.
I work. So look at it, my point of view. This is way extra.
Well,
way freaking extra.
My car's extra because I'm the supervisor,
Well,
and they called me. They called me.
Yeah.
And also, they also thought that the guy was running. The guy was taking off in the car.
He's running?
He didn't stop, and he sped away from it.
Seeing her condition, the officer soon realized that it was futile to talk to her as he went over to talk to her boyfriend Sickler. Despite being right, the officer was visibly nervous confronting the awful couple.
It's not even true.
But listen, I'm trying. You, sheriff, right? Listen, I'm out here. Listen, I'm out here to calm everybody down. Right? I know Tara, right? I work with her in the city. They listen. These are good guys.
They said they sped away. You sped away.
Listen to me. I'm here to talk to Tara. Know her. Nothing happened, right? We had somebody. You're a sheriff. You understand? Somebody flagged him down and said that Tara was getting assaulted. And whatever. Maybe you guys were in an argument. That doesn't. It's none of my business. It's none of my business. If you're in an argument or whatever, and things, whatever. She's saying nothing happened. I'm okay with it. All right.
I can remember right away.
Okay.
Because I would never do anything different.
All right. I was in a crime unit. That's how I know Tara. So I'm also I used to be very proactive. Right. I get it. So
This is just utter
argument that happened?
The officer just talked to them nicely, and after a few minutes asked them to go away without any charges. However, things ended up quite bad for the couple later in the day, as they both ended up getting booked on assault charges. Tara, in particular, was accused of physically assaulting a hotel clerk by beating and kicking them during their check-in at a hotel. Well, that brings us to the end of this video. Today we got to see cases where police officers made illegal traffic stops and unnecessary escalated situation. Particularly notable was the first case, which eventually brought down a corrupt and addicted officer. The last case was troubling as well, highlighting the concerning level of entitlement displayed by the female officer. It's fortunate that these cops were held accountable for their actions. We can only hope for improved de-escalation trainings that help the officers become more polite and empathic towards the public. If you agree with me, please consider showing your support by liking this video, and also make sure to subscribe to stay informed about future cases like these. Also, if you enjoyed this video, check out the next video here.